Afternoon, Patriots. Me again, Shannon Fox here, the Road to Patriots 2 channel. Got lots of reading to do today, so I got my goggles on. Hopefully, everybody's having a great day. Promise I won't put you through none of the Kamala and Oprah Winfrey interview. I just couldn't do it. I tried to watch about a minute of it. I just can't stand Oprah to the point that I will not. I love y'all too much to subject y'all to that. Y'all want to go watch it, that's your business, but no Oprah on my channel whatsoever, ever. That's just a rule I made somewhere along the way. I barely even am able to watch little clips of the View, just because I'm so enraged by the lack of honesty and the lack of morality these folks are pumping. And that's just the facts, folks. Um, I've got several things I want to bring to y'all today. A couple of testimonials from some people that got nothing nice to say about the Democrat Party. We'll talk about purging of the voter rolls in a couple of states, uh, bombshell decisions in Georgia. That's a great win. Several things going on in battleground states involving the election, cleaning up the rolls and things. So stick around, folks. I got lots of good stuff for you. And Trump put out a tweet that's a good one. So stick around. Here we go, folks. Very first one. This lady here is not fooled by the Kamala Harris changing of her voice, claiming to be black and then Asian or whatever she is. And who knows what Kamala is. But truth be known, this lady knows she's a phony. Here we go. This is so good.
Kamala Harris, you are as fake as press on nails, and I can see right through you. Let me help you out with something, because maybe somebody must not have told you. On TV and on every interview, giving the same tired answer. So let me just help you out. When you are asked a question, why don't you try answering the question? People are not stupid. We can tell when you're dancing around the issue instead of answering the question. When you're asked, are people better off now or during Donald Trump's presidency? When you're asked about the border or your policies on immigration, answer the question. We don't care about your middle class upbringing. We don't care that your mama had to save up to buy a house. We don't care about your summer job at McDonald's. We don't care about the lawns of the neighborhood that you lived in and how everybody took care of their lawn. That does not matter to me, and it doesn't matter to anybody else. I want you to answer the question. Because if people, my mind is already made up too, Kamala, because I can see right through you and I know that you fake. But for somebody else whose mind is not made up, let me just help you out. Answer the question so that they can decide between you and your opponent. I don't know if you're just trying to paint him as the villain and try to skate by to be like you the hero or a nice person. We don't care about that. Because being a hero and voting for the nice person is not what pays the bills. You understand what I'm saying?
That's
We can
right.
see through you. And that fake black accent that you keep doing, girl, you need to stop. Because you know good and well that you ain't got no black accent. You know good and well that you was born in from San Francisco and in Canada. Where you get that black accent from? Stop doing that trying to be relatable. This does not make you relatable. It makes you look fake. And those of us like me, we can see through that. We can see through that. We can see through every interview that you do, that instead of answering the questions that are on the minds of the millions of American people who have the power to elect you to the highest office in the land, you're dancing around the issue and you want to talk about how you was born a middle class kid and how your mother had to save up to buy a house. I don't care, Kamala. So just to recap, stop dancing around the issue. Answer the question. If you're going to do an interview, answer a question that you are asked at the interview.
I think that's great. I've got another one a little bit like that as well. I'm gonna play for y'all here in a minute. But the main question for anybody that's voting Democrat this time is: are you better off now than you were 4 years ago? I had a discussion with the guy that mows my yard, an older black fellow. He was over yesterday. My wife fed him some lunch. He mowed my yard. And I tried to talk to him about voting, and I found out right quick this man is a lifelong Democrat, and he doesn't know what to think about Kamala Harris, but he just won't vote for Trump. His opinion is Trump built that wall and stirred up everything. People, his logic was people wouldn't be flooding here if they didn't think that they were going to not have the option to flood here. I said, how is that logical? And I went round and round with him, but he thinks that Trump created all this division in this country because he put up that wall to try to keep people out that didn't belong here. But in the same sentence, He told me, I'm afraid for the future of our jobs because so many people come across the border. So I really kind of lost him in the weeds there, but I did try, folks. I am trying to reach everybody I can, get them out registered to vote, get them to realize what they're voting for if they're voting that other way. Now, Trump put out a new ad, and it is Ronald Reagan asked this very question, and it's a like a parody type video for YouTube purposes. But it's a great question. Here we go. Turn the volume up on this real quick.
Please welcome President Ronald Reagan, who has a few questions for you.
All of you will go to the polls, will stand there in the polling place and make a decision. I think when you make that decision, it might be well if you would ask yourself, are you better off than you were 4 years ago? Is it easier for you to go and buy things in the stores than it was 4 years ago? Is there more or less unemployment in the country than there was 4 years ago? Is America as respected throughout the world as it was? Do you feel that our security is as safe, that we're as strong as we were 4 years ago? If you don't think that this course that we've been on for the last 4 years is what you would like to see us follow for the next 4, then I could suggest another choice that you have.
President Trump. He'll make America great again.
Short but sweet, simple to the point, and absolutely accurate question to be asking yourself. Was your life better under Trump or under the Biden socialist regime? Now, here's another great video, folks. Another person that is totally disenfranchised by the Democrat Party, and he's just speaking it out. I love it. I love it. Here we go. Here's another one. This guy is great. And this kind of speaks to what I was talking about. My old guy, he blames Trump for the division in this country. And he may be right on some level. A lot of this go along, get along way Republicans have been doing it all this time has been getting us kicked in the teeth. We, the people, are suffering for it, have been for a long time. And Trump was the first one to come along and say, look, this is not the right way. This does not help the country. This only helps the people at the top. And so you're right. Trump did cause a lot of division in this country. But like it says in the Bible, division is necessary sometimes. This guy preaches it oh so well. Check it out, folks. And please stick around. I've got lots of information for you involving our elections.
When you see to the Democratic Party, I'm voting for Trump, but I have to say, you guys got me on this one. You're correct. I can definitely see that Trump is causing division. You guys have said over and over, you said, how can you as a Christian support somebody like Trump when all he's here to do is cause division and separation? And you're right. So let me read something to you. This is Luke 12:51-56. And this is Jesus speaking in the Bible. Do you think that I have come to bring peace to this earth? No, I tell you, but rather division. From now on, 5 in one household will be divided, 3 against 2 and 2 against 3. They will be divided, father against son and son against father, mother against daughter and daughter against mother, mother-in-law against daughter-in-law and daughter-in-law against mother-in-law. He also said to the crowds, when you see a cloud rising in the west, you immediately say, it's going to rain, and so it happens. And when you see the south wind blowing, you say, there will be a scorching heat, and it happens. But you are hypocrites. You know how to interpret the appearance of earth and sky, but why do you not know how to interpret the present time? This may have been written thousands of years ago, but make no mistake that this is for now. You see a man running for president with his own money, his own funds. You see a man that for some reason all of the government, all of the media, all of the corporations have turned against him. You, with your own mouths, have said that he's here causing division. You, with your own eyes, have seen full-on Democrats switch to his side. You, with your own eyes, have seen 2 assassination attempts. You, with your own eyes, can see now that there's a complete separation with how people are voting. We're not voting red or blue anymore. It is obvious that we are now voting good and evil. We are now voting for God's laws or against God's laws. And it says it right here. When Jesus came the first time to die for our sins, he did not come to bring peace. He came to cause a division, to make there be a choice. You had a choice to choose the living God standing right in front of you or to choose the enemy. He made it clear. He made it obvious. He stated who he was. He stated what he stood for. And here we are again. And if you look at the policies, then you see who stands for God with their policies. It has become very clear which side is good and which side is evil. You can talk about Trump all you want to, but it's not about Trump. It's about the choice to stand for God's laws or against God's laws. It's about the choice to stand for evil or against evil. It's obvious to see who the evil side is. And this is not to say that the Republican side is perfect. However, this is to show that the heart of the Republican side is for the laws of God. We are against the evil policies of the Democratic side. We are against the evil policies of Satan. We are against the evil policies of the satanic ways of the Democratic side, which have become
That's
very
right.
obvious. You, with your own mouths, have stated that Trump is here causing division. And best believe that is exactly what God is using him for. He is using Trump to make the division very easy to see for everybody. If you don't see it, you better start praying now. We're rising up now. We've sat here long enough. And the time is coming. You are seeing prophecy be fulfilled right in your face. You are seeing a division happening right now. And pretty soon a harvest will begin. A separation of the wheat and the tares. A collection of the people who are for God. Believe me or don't believe me. It's not my job to force you to believe anything. However, I'm going to make sure that you have no excuse to say that you didn't know. It's coming, y'all.
Woo! I like that video. Give me a thumbs up, folks, if y'all thought that was a kick-ass video. This guy just telling it like it is. I'm glad to be able to bring y'all testimonials at times. Some of them are very moving. They're always so real. And I wish I'd have been able to have thought to have shown this video to my Mo guy, because I think maybe he would listen to somebody from his own race, possibly. Matter of fact, if I see the guy again before election time, I'm going to show him this video. Too powerful not to listen. All right, folks, let's get into some other business here. There's lots of things going on in the country. Let's see here. Let me see there's something here on Johnny Mag I wanted to bring to y'all. I guess I didn't postmark it. Let's see here. Tim Walz. Oh, I think I know what it is. Hold on for a second, folks. I'm trying to hunt down a particular clip. I guess I lost it. All right, folks, we'll go to the next one. It's Oklahoma purges more than 450,000 ineligible names from their voter rolls, including 100,000 dead people and 15,000 duplicates. No doubt about it, folks. Oklahoma Governor Kevin Stitt just like Texas Governor Abbott did, is purging the voter rolls, cleaning them up, taking the dead people off the voter rolls, clearing out the duplicates, all the things that are obviously easy to do if you just take the time and effort to do it. As a part of an ongoing effort to ensure that the eligible voters participate in Oklahoma elections, officials confirmed they are removing over 450,000 voters that are not eligible to be on the voter rolls anymore. Deceased voters, duplicate registrations, and convicted felons getting off the rolls. They've actually got the number stats here for you folks. More than anything, I'm just glad to see it happening. That is great news, great news. Now, in other news, bombshell transcript reveals Trump, in fact, ordered the National Guard on January 6th. Words right out of Mark Milley's mouth confirm Trump urges top Pentagon officials to deploy the Guard and soldiers or active duty soldiers. So basically, what we found out through White House transcripts today is that General Milley, who lied in Congress, is now saying that Trump did ask for more reinforcements on January 6th, but just didn't get them. And so now we know General Milley not only lied before the January 6th committee in Congress many times over, which we kind of knew anyway, but this confirms it, but we also know that he defied direct orders from President Trump. Also, this is the guy that said he would tell China if Trump decided to if Trump got out of hand, he would tell China to give them a heads up in advance. This is one of the guys that is probably going to go to jail before this is all said and done for treason, I hope. And speaking of such things, there is a live hearing going on today involving the Secret Service. I listened to a little bit of it, and it is about like listening to Oprah and Kamala Harris. It was a sickening mess. The guy got up there and is doing damage control because he knows Trump's going to win. This is the new acting Secret Service director, got up there and had an emergency press conference. That way none of the conservatives could be there to ask the right questions. People like Susan Crabtree should have been there, asked those loaded questions. Wasn't able, didn't know. It was a spur of the moment deal. He gets out there and he plays the whole Schultz thing. I know nothing. I see nothing. They asked him about 15 or 20 good questions. I didn't get one solid answer from him. Only thing he said that I thought was interesting was he's still blaming local police for the lack of communications between who was supposed to be on the roof and who wasn't. So he's laying the blame on the local police. And he lied because he never said that the local police shot the butt of the gun. He never mentioned that. And we know at this point that that's what stopped Thomas Crook from shooting, was when he got his rifle blown out of his hand from a officer on the ground. And then the sniper from the furthest distance away actually made the shot. He didn't tell that story. He just told his version, which wasn't a whole lot. The Secret Service is not only covering things up and lying to us, they're doing their best to prevent us from even looking into these investigations into their own people. The FBI is cock blocking DeSantis, trying to investigate what happened at the golf course the other day. They're in damage control, covering up, worried Trump's going to get back in there and find out who all was involved in on these unscrupulous acts against President Trump. Just the facts, folks. It's getting pretty scary out there. Now, in the battleground state, one county in a battleground state is the use of ballot drop boxes, citing that there is definitely some issues with the drop boxes not being manned and people could run up and drop it hundreds at a time. So in one Pennsylvania county, will not use drop boxes. Not a very big county, but in that county, you got to come in the building to drop off your vote. That's great. County election manager Romilda Crocama said the 4 boxes used in the past will not be used this year, according to the Times leader. While I recognize that drop boxes can provide alternative means for voters to cast a ballot, I must prioritize safety and security in the community in this current political climate. Crocamo noticed about security from the Pennsylvania Department of State were one major reason for the decision. Visits to the Dropbox sites reinforced her concerns, basically knowing that you can show up to them as many times as you want. Nobody's going to say nothing. Only people like Dinesh D'Souza are going to make movies about it. A conservative's going to talk about it, but in reality, it's not going to be handled up on, so you literally have to do it on the local level. Hats off to this guy. It says in one location, she said, or to her, In one location, she said the drop box is situated in a vestibule with an outer door that remains open 24 hours a day. Furthermore, there is no personal station nearby to monitor the second entry door that requires a passcode. The lack of oversight raised significant concerns about the potential and unauthorized access to the drop boxes. So they're cleaning up the voter rolls. They're kicking up the drop boxes in one particular county in Pennsylvania. Let's see what. Let's read a little further down. It says Crocomo also said she was concerned about the current Dropbox setup. County Councilman John Lombardo backed the decision. These boxes pose a number of concerns. More concerns about the drop boxes. I concur with the administration. Williams says, in light of security concerns, I understand the issues and safety for everyone. Voters also agreed. We have 186 precincts along with mail-in boxes, which the Postal Service is going to be overladen with. To have drop boxes in place, there really isn't a purpose for them. If you're going to do it to the mail, no need to have the drop boxes. I agree. That's one less problem we got to deal with there. All right. Now, judge in South Carolina shocks leftists with a bombshell ruling. Voter rolls are public records under federal law. Meaning that if you're going to not purge the voter rolls and you're going to allow these illegals to be on the voter rolls or people to vote in this election without being checked for their citizenship, we get to look at the rolls. We're going to have some of these voter registration voter organizations that are trying to protect the vote be cross-referencing this information the minute the election's over. I guarantee you, it's just the way it is. It says the recent ruling issued by Judge Joseph F. Anderson Jr. on the United States District Court of South Carolina came in response to a lawsuit filed by a public interest group, Legal Foundation (PILF), a nonprofit organization dedicated to election integrity. Actually, folks, we have got a lot of election integrity groups out there that have cropped up since the 2020, since what they did to us in the 2020. We've got a lot of people like Stephen Miller with America First Legal suing the crap out of these states to get them to clean up their roads, do the right thing, follow the laws. We got RNC doing the same. We've got Ken Paxton doing the same in several states, just trying to make sure we get things run as properly as we can. The secretary initially denied the request. The SEC, hold on, let me back up just a little bit, folks. It says PLF sought to access to South Carolina statewide voter registration list under the National Voter Registration Act (NVRA) of 1993, which mandates that states maintain accurate voter rolls and make records available for public inspection. Now, whether they clean up the voter rolls or not, you're at least going to be able to look at them. The State Elections Commission has initially denied the request, but now they have been given access to the information. That is great news, folks. You have to sue to get things done legally in this country in order to have them being done on the up and up. I hate to say it, but you have to sue to get fair elections anymore, and I'm glad to see it's being done this time. I am so glad to see it's being done. Now, there's a couple things going on in the news cycle I wanted to bring to y'all today. Secret Service director to release findings in the first assassination attempt at 1 o'clock. It was live today. It's probably still live going on right now. I do not encourage anybody to go watch it. There was nothing said of any relevance, just my opinion. Other than I see nothing. That's basically what I heard out of the deal. That's just the facts. But there was a couple of things I wanted to bring to y'all today, discuss today. One of the main things I want to discuss with y'all today is Trump put out a tweet, or truth, should I say, earlier today, and it's about the voter rolls. It's all about the voter rolls. Now let's see what this one here is. I believe this is the video I lost earlier. Now, CNN interviewed voters in North Carolina and found out that even those who don't like Trump are voting for him based on his record. Check it out, folks. This is short clip.
Even those here, like Stanley Benedict, not fully enamored with Trump, plan to vote for him.
He's got a big ego, and sometimes it's a little too big. He'll toot his horn a lot. But I support him because he proved himself.
Even those here, like Stanley Benedict, not fully enamored with Trump.
You don't have to like him, but you do got to love your country, and you know the right answer is to vote for Trump. We all know this at this point. Now, Vivek Ramaswamy has went viral today. Several of his statements he made at a town hall in Ohio just really kind of stuck out there. And here's one of them right here. Here we go. Vivek Ramaswamy offered $100,000 to help the people of Springfield, Ohio. Guess what happened?
Wasn't planning to mention this in my introduction, but you brought this up and it relates directly to it, right? So I posted on social media about this event, and I wanted to be constructive in the community to set a tone where your mayor and other city leaders have asked for help. I'm not in office right now, and so I want to think about as a businessman or as somebody who's lived the American dream, how can I help? I appreciate that. I tried. Thank you. And we didn't get to Ohio, so But I thinking about, this country's blessed us with so much. We've lived the American dream. I thought, okay, how can we use our resources to do what's right and help the community here? So this is a story about this trip. Just tells you about the power of bureaucracy in America. So we say, okay, maybe it's the hospital that's strained. So I call around city leaders. They say, no, it's not really the hospital. It's primary care that's actually been strained the most. And there's some nonprofits working on primary care here. And so we offered a $100,000 gift to support those charitable efforts. And guess what got in the way? They turned down the gift. Bureaucracy along the way. And I think that it has something to do with I can only speculate, it has something to do with my political perspective or otherwise. But I think that the reality is we need to put that to one side and say, if we have ways to solve problems, whether it's in the VA, whether it's in the private sector, whether it's in philanthropy, just get the bureaucracy out of the way.
So what he's saying here is he tried to donate $100,000 to help with the strain in services in Springfield, Ohio, where these Haitians have been brought that they say are not eating the pets. They're not eating them. They're sacrificing them. Then they're eating them. That's the facts, folks. Did a little bit of research about this, and yeah, a lot of the Haitians are into voodoo. There's no denying that. Just it is what it is. I know the news don't want to talk about it, but that's the real story. Now, one more thing I thought was great that Ramaswamy said today. Check this out.
Are you going to run for governor of Ohio? And
I think he could win.
I'm a little more inclined than I was about 10 seconds ago.
are you going to run for?
That's great. That's a great thought. I would like to see Ramaswamy in a political position, not just a spokesman or something of that nature. I hope he does run for Senate or for governor of one of these broken states that needs somebody that cares about the people. Now, I had a couple more videos I wanted to bring to y'all today. I know this is getting a little bit long. If you haven't given me a thumbs up yet, give me a thumbs up for this meme alone if you think it's great. Frack you, Kamala. Drill, baby, drill. Vote oil 2024. That's what I'm talking about. Here it is. It's a tweet of the day from Trump. If you vote illegally, you're going to jail. I love it. I love it. He put that out this morning. Now, I won't play this one. This has a lot to do with, I won't even go there. How about I try to find this one video that I guess I lost earlier, folks? We'll go over here and I'll open up another window. We'll go over here into the Explorer. If you just give me 1 second, I believe I can find this video pretty quick. I'll just put in Georgia because there's some great election news in Georgia. No, I have to go over to the trending spot. Apologize, folks. Apologize. There was a story out this morning that I found at one point about what's going on in Georgia elections. But I don't want to speak to it too much because of the fact that I don't have all the details in my head at the moment. I had watched the video, or watched part of the video, and read the article, but I'm not finding it at the moment. Let me see if I can find it real quick. I forgot who put it out. Should have shared it when I had the chance. No, we don't watch too much CNN over here, folks. If you've never really looked at the electoral map, folks, how the electoral college is set up, the red states are definitely red. The blue states are blue and light blue, and hopefully purple, going red this time. But if you look, 90% of the Rust Belt, right down the center of the United States, all the way down to the entire South, with the exception of a couple of states, is completely red. Three-quarters of our country votes conservative. But somehow or another, Democrats have been holding power for 16 of the last 20 years in elections. It's obviously the big woke cities that are doing the massive amount of voter harvesting that is keeping us from winning, and that's just the facts of the matter, folks. That's all I got for you today, folks. I will try to bring that video to you tomorrow. It was definitely some good information involving Georgia elections. I believe it was a 3-2 ruling about the voter rolls. Like I said, I don't have all the insight on that at the moment, but I will get back to you on that tomorrow. Hope everybody enjoyed. Like, subscribe, and share. I know the video's been kind of long. Thanks for sticking around if you made it to this point. Everybody have a great day. Over and out.